Hey there, welcome to Effortless. My name is Caitlin, and we are currently knee-deep in season 3 of the podcast, covering some major mindset shifts that really changed the game for me in business and honestly in life. So today's shift is this: success is created by small habits. This was really hard for me to accept, truly. Like a lot of you probably feel, I totally identify as a big picture thinker, a visionary. It's very grandiose. I didn't want to get into the details. I didn't want to think about tomorrow. I wanted to think about 10 years from now and all that I will be and do and have then. So, what I've learned is that you actually really need both. Just focusing on the big picture, in my experience, left me feeling excited and then overwhelmed and daunted by how do I get from where I am right now to where I want to be? And then, cue the major freak out and the frozen in place and the self-sabotage and all of those things, right? Conversely, just focusing on what you have to do tomorrow isn't going to get you very far. You do need some sort of goal or vision. But how do you marry these two concepts into something that actually works? Well, here's what I found. You start being that 10 years from now self tomorrow. Sounds easy, right? But seriously, success is small habits. It's not overhauling everything overnight and expecting to just be a millionaire next week. Overhauling everything doesn't make that identity level change. You're just depending on willpower alone, which you will most certainly run out of. Instead, small intentional decisions and choices made over and over and over again are the things to do. Most people won't commit to that though, and that's why they are still stuck. Most people want overnight success or bust. They get disappointed to hear that one coaching session doesn't change everything or that they actually have to go do some work. The truth is, if it took executing XYZ strategies only, we would all be millionaires by now. It takes more than that. It takes daily choices, daily commitments, showing up and choosing to be that 10-year vision self repeatedly. So let's break it down a bit more. You have this big picture goal. If you don't have that, that's where you need to start. Get it? Look, I totally understand. I resisted having a vision for a long time because it felt very committed and certain and final, and I was so unsure of what I wanted. So what I've figured out is that you can totally change it later. Right now, decide on what you want. If I was a magic genie and you had one wish for your business, what would you wish for today? There's no right or wrong, I promise, but you need something, right? But okay, let's say you have this big picture goal. Mine, for example, involves owning sort of like a multi-purpose co-working wellness space one day. Okay, so I have that vision, and to be honest, it feels pretty far away, but I can check in with the Caitlin that does own and operate that place, and I can see what she thinks and feels and does daily, weekly, monthly. Now, there might be some business things, there might be some personal things. I think it's all intertwined. But like, let's just say that that version of me, that Caitlin, she gets a massage every other week. But that's not a reality for me right now for whatever reason. Okay, like that's fine. But if I can be that version of myself, I would check in on what does that massage represent? What does it symbolize? What does it really mean? Because sure, it means like, okay, like someone rubbing you or whatever, but like it means something else. It stands for something else. It represents something else, right? Maybe it represents self-care or taking time for myself or having a very free schedule where I can just go and do that in the middle of the week, whatever. Okay, but when I decide what that means, when I, look into it and really discover what I'm looking for, I can bring something like that into my life now. Even if I can't go get a massage, every other week right now, I can bring some form of self-care or taking time for myself or whatever it represents into my life now, right? Maybe right now the most I can do is, take Friday afternoons off or spend one night a week, doing something that feels like self-care, like a yin yoga class or reading a good book or something, right? Those things are pretty simple. I could start doing those things tomorrow, today, even, right? I can intentionally choose that. And I can intentionally choose that because I know that that version of me has the success I desire and that she values whatever self-care, taking time for myself, having, a lot of time. It's not about like needing to be able to go, buy the property that my co-working wellness space is on tomorrow. No, it's about finding small, achievable, implementable habits that help me embody that next level version of myself. And then choosing to do them time and time and time again because you know what they represent, you know what it's leading to, right? Most people won't do it. Most people won't commit to small daily habits. We've been told by just about every successful person ever to express gratitude. But how many people actually have that as a daily practice? From what I can tell and from my own experience in doing this same thing, we don't have that practice. It happens, we don't do it because we assume it's too simple. We think it's too easy, too basic. We think, oh, we got to do bigger things than just write down gratitude. We have to shoot for the stars. We have to achieve. Doing this is literally like looking at a newborn baby and being like, why aren't you running yet? Just not how it works, right? You have to take these small steps. You have to form these new habits. Like baby walking, they have to learn how to, I don't know, roll over first and like get some core muscles to hold themselves up. And then they like crawl and hold on to everything. And then finally they take a step and then maybe we can talk about running, right? Now, I'm not saying it has to take forever to form these habits and it won't take forever, honestly. Like it'll compound and it'll skyrocket you to success. The more you do it, the quicker it'll go, right? But you have to start with being first. You have to start with creating these habits and forming these patterns of who you want to be. Action without alignment is just checking boxes, it's just doing things. It doesn't really matter, honestly. But when you step into who you want to be first and take action from that place, that's when magic happens. Right now, all of your decisions, all of your actions are stemming from who you are right now. And who you are right now is the result of past thoughts and past beliefs. Why would you want to keep creating from the past if you truly desire a different future? Instead, start making decisions and taking action from your future self and watch what unfolds. Does that make sense? Does that change things for you? How can you start being that version of you right now, immediately? What does it look like for you to do that? What does it look like for you to implement those small daily habits? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Take a screenshot of you listening and share with me on social what you can start doing right now that lets you embody exactly who you are becoming.